Hello, everyone. I don't know why this still looks so dark. It always looks so dark anyway. And they say not to have shadows, but I don't know how you do that yet. But anyway, um, real quick, everyone subscribe, hit the like button. Sorry, I'm kind of in slow mo today. I've been having so much trouble sleeping lately. Is it just me or is it someone else too? I've had insomnia the past 3 nights, and it's not as bad last night as the other 2 nights, but it's terrible. Anyway, I am here to talk about The Masked Singer, episode 2, and I'm also going to tell you my opinions on the new show Alter Ego, the first 2 episodes of it. And I do want to state, I was going to make this video on either Saturday or Sunday, and because of my insomnia, I did not get around to doing that yet, and I have an eyelash or dog hair on my glasses. Anyway, so I normally would be doing a Mystery Mondays on Monday today. I plan to do that later on today, and the one I want to do is going to be about the Gabby Petito case. So just, state my opinions on some stuff concerning that and see what my viewers think about the case itself. So I really wish I could get some better lighting, but I don't want to run my electric bill up too much because I don't have to pay it because I have no income right now. But anyway, about The Masked Singer, season 6, episode 2. The first thing about it that disappointed me was that we're still on Group A, right? We're still on Group A. They brought 2 wild card characters in, which brought us back up to 5 characters for Group A. Did reveal who Mother Nature was, which I will be telling who the people were that were revealed on the first 2 episodes at the end of this video. So if you don't want to know that just yet, don't watch that part of the video. Most of you most likely know because it aired on Wednesday and Thursday nights. But I'm also going to talk about who I believe they are and what the clues were for them. And they have an unmask button. That's just, I can't remember what they call it. The panel is allowed to use it twice this season, I believe they said. They all have to be on agreement that one of the people, or that they all, or something, they all have to be on agreement to use it to reveal who one of the characters is and automatically unmask them. Joey real quick. Okay. Anyway, I thought that was really interesting. And there is one of the characters that I am almost 100% certain that I know who is. It'll be a shock if I am right? So far, the only one of the panel, I think I called them the judges again. Anyway, who has gotten one right this season is Ken Jeong. So that's very good, I think. And I wrote revealed at the top of this. One revealed for this episode. And as I said, they did show who Mother Nature was on this episode also. And I just want to say, so far, 2 of the people that have been revealed this season are very, very big stars. So that's completely and totally awesome in my opinion. So I have a hamster written down first. I don't think that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, that is right. And I've changed my mind again on who Bull is, by the way. Anyway, so the first one to perform on this episode was Hamster, who is a wild card character, which surprised me because they showed a hamster in the sneak peek things. Last season, the wild cards, we had no idea what their outfits were until they came on the show. But he said that he loves to play baseball, and he seemed silly to me, and I didn't write down a whole lot of his clues because I was watching Joey when I watched this. And for the rest of them, though, I wrote down a fair amount of clues. But my initial thought on who he was, given the way he was acting and his singing voice and such, was Tony Danza from Who's the Boss and Taxi. For those of you who may not know who Tony Danza is, the younger generation. And then I was also like, well, maybe Tom Hanks. And I don't think that either of them were named by any of the judges. But I was like, he loves to play baseball, that like Tony Danza. Anytime there's a celebrity deal where they play baseball to raise money, he participates. So that's one of the things that made me think of him. And he's a big, I want to say, Red Sox fan. Anyway, I was gonna say Cubs, but no, he's from Boston. I'm pretty sure. Might be Yankees even. I don't know, but he is a big baseball fan. And then the next one that performed was Skunk, and I was thinking that I wrote down what she's saying. There was one of them that I did write down what saying. I think I wouldn't swear to it. But Skunk said, they had indicated before that she's smart with like science, chemistry type stuff in her clues for season one, for episode one. But she said that she had a full ride scholarship, so obviously she's really smart. She got unexpected news that made her life take a different turn. And then it showed like a movie projector. Like a classroom projector, I believe it was. Like they used to show slides on for school back when I was a kid and teenager. Anyway, and she said she's always ready for action. There were a lot of boas, and they were talking about her acting, that she does act. Now, I was thinking back on all of the pink that was in the first episode and like the big pink bag. And I was actually going to watch some of the other clues for that stuff, and I never did do that. But it got me to wondering, it was like her saying she's always ready for action, and it's showing the boas, and her being smart. All of that got me to thinking about pink. And I was like, she is really smart. And she, I'm sure, could have had a full ride scholarship to any school. And I feel like the body style is right for pink when they're showing them in their sweatsuits this season. So for right now, for Skunk, I am going with pink. That's right. And the next one to perform was Pufferfish. And now I didn't have my volume turned up really loud when I was watching this because I was watching it at about 7:30ish in the morning, and I don't want to disturb my neighbors if they're not awake yet. Some of them might work overnight. I don't know. And I'm connected to 3 different people where I live, so via walls. So, but I was like, I can't hardly hear her. I don't know if it's just me or like if it's because I have my volume down so low. I didn't have that issue with Hamster or Skunk, either one. And I didn't think that Hamster performed real great. Like his singing ability, but he was very entertaining. Skunk, of course, was very good. But like Pufferfish, I couldn't hardly hear it all. And then Nicole made a comment about that she couldn't hardly hear her. And I was like, oh, okay. She like couldn't hardly hear her, couldn't understand the lyrics. And I was like, okay, so it wasn't just me then. Her volume needed to be adjusted or something. And there was also a space clue concerning her. And I don't know if I said her clues yet, but yeah, there was a space clue, like a spaceship. She said that she was sheltered as a child. Her family was very religious. She kept a diary. She appeared to be really girly. She was a spelling bee champion, so she also is smart. And they showed pearls. I wrote pearls, bars. Oh, she said something about bars. I think she was talking about like the dance bars that you use. I could be wrong about that. She could have been talking about bars where you go to drink alcohol. I don't know. But I have pearls, bars, moves, letters. She mentioned all of those. In her locker, there was a mermaid tail. Oh, that's where they were talking about. They showed the pearls on the locker. And they said there were bars, moves, letters. And I noticed the mermaid tail earlier on. There was a bird in it. And I wrote pearls twice for some reason. And I decided, because I'm pretty sure that she was in a space type movie or show, I decided that maybe it was still Polly Perrette that plays for Abby on NCIS. So I was like, could still be Abby, right? So yeah, that's who I went with for Pufferfish in my guess. And Bull performed next. He said he marched to the beat of his own drum. And in his garage, he put on shows. And he said they were always reward winning, of course, because I was the only one there, or something along that line. But so obviously, he's a very creative person. He said the song he's performing makes him think of his first love, and he's the one I wrote down what he's saying. What hurts the most is what he's saying. From his locker, there was cheerleaders, a rose. He talked about school spirit and how he was always had a lot of school spirit and wanted to see the school succeed. There was a scene, a picture of like the Disney theater. And so I was still going with Ron Tedder up until the stuff about the school spirit and the Disney theater. And I'm like, I know that voice. I know it from somewhere. He has a very, very, very good range. He can sing pretty darn low. He can sing really freaking high, which is part of why I was thinking Adam Levine on the first episode. But now he's not on The Voice this season. I'm going with Nick Jonas. That's right. He's not the one that I'm pretty certain about, though. The last one that performed was the second wild card, which was Baby, which is a cute yet scary outfit. It's kind of discouraging when you're doing a live broadcast, though I know this is Monday morning at 9 o'clock-ish, and most people are probably working, but it's kind of discouraging when you're doing a live broadcast and no one is watching. But anyway, hopefully I get some views. I was going to run an ad for the last video that I did and discovered that I can do it by like charging $20 to my card. It'll do an ad to place my video in a location that I want it to be. However, I am still without a vehicle. I am not working, only babysitting, which I love, babysitting my grandson. But I do not have $20 that I could put toward advertising to make my videos more popular. That's why I rely on my subscribers and viewers to share my videos, try to encourage other people to watch them and share them. But anyhow, so back to Baby, which is the one that I'm not going to say I'm 100% certain that I know who it is, because there are two people I thought of possibly. The first one I thought of, I looked up some information and I was like, yes, I'm pretty sure that that's who it is, based on his singing voice, based on, like, they kind of tried to make him sound like he had a foreign accent, but he didn't always have it. Whenever they are doing his voice, disguising his voice. So I don't think he has a foreign accent at all. I think he might have an accent, but not a foreign accent. But so there was like a Transformers type scenery around him, and like a definite action movie type scenery, which surprised me because when the panel was talking about who they thought he was, I believe it was Robin Thicke. I think I called him Alan earlier, but anyway, Robin is Alan's son. Anyway, I think it was Robin Thicke said, well, I get the impression he might be in action movies. And I'm like, well, no, duh. There was a Transformers type background that was there, which maybe he was being sarcastical. I don't know. Anyway, there was that definite action scene, like Day After Tomorrow Transformers type thing. They showed a Mustang that was revving its engine. There was a helicopter, and just based on that stuff right there. And as I said, his singing voice, I didn't think he did a great job singing. I thought he was the one that should have been revealed for that episode. But I was like, The Rock. And he's on his locker, there was a report card on the outside of it, and it said F. I think it actually said F plus, or maybe F minus. But anyway, so he failed driver's ed. He said it was because he was always going too fast. And he said that he replaced Arnold Schwarzenegger in a movie, which makes me think one of the judges did say Vin Diesel. And I'm trying to think if there is a movie that perhaps Vin Diesel replaced Arnold Schwarzenegger in. I do not know for sure, but the him always going too fast thing could definitely point towards Vin Diesel. The Transformer type action movie type background, I am not sure. He has done action movies, which is the helicopter could reference to Triple X, which he was in. The Mustang, I don't recall him driving a Mustang in any of the Fast and Furious movies at all. He usually drove like a Challenger or GTO. I believe it was a GTO actually. But yeah, he did say that he replaced Arnold Schwarzenegger in a movie. And I did find out that they're planning to do a new Transformers movie, which The Rock is going to play the part that Arnold Schwarzenegger played in the other movies. I don't know if it's just a remake of those movies or if it's like a sequel to them. I'm not sure about that. But the other person I possibly thought, because of the fact that he said that he replaced Arnold Schwarzenegger in a movie, was Jean-Claude Van Damme, which was on something my son was watching here a while back, and we were trying to figure out who he was. We knew he looked and sounded familiar, but we couldn't think of his name. But yeah, my other possibility for him for the baby is Jean-Claude Van Damme, but I really don't feel like it's Jean-Claude Van Damme. I really feel like it is The Rock, and this is the one that I'm like 99% sure that I'm right about. Now, they might show something that makes me go, oh, wait, no, that's not Jean-Claude Van Damme. I'm forgetting his name. Kid that did Eagle Eye, Shia LaBeouf, because the judges have named him pretty much every season and wanted him to be on there. I don't know what his singing abilities are. I do know that he was literally on the Transformers movies. And it's, seems like he likes to drive fast, but then also so does the Malcolm in the Middle kid, drawing a blank, Frankie Muniz. He likes to drive fast. He has a whole bunch of cars. So there are several people that it could actually be, that because of the replacing Arnold Schwarzenegger in a movie thing, though he made it sound like it was a thing of the past, kind of. He's like, I'm pretty sure he said, I once replaced Arnold Schwarzenegger in a movie. And I'm pretty sure that this is not the first time, though, that The Rock has replaced Arnold Schwarzenegger in a movie. I feel like that he did that before. So possibly, now that I think about it, in Predator, it's so long since I've watched the Predator movies, but it seems like I want to say The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, is in one of those. But anyway, so now I'm going to tell you who the characters were that got revealed or which characters got revealed and who they were. Though actually, maybe I should talk about Alter Ego first, in case you don't want to know who those people were. My opinion on Alter Ego, it's very fascinating. All of the people who are on there sing very well. I was disappointed on the second episode. I felt like they should have replaced Safara with Wolfgang Champagne. And then I felt like they should have replaced her with Kai, and Kai was the one that got revealed on that episode, which I felt like wouldn't have happened had they replaced her with him. And I couldn't figure out what their fascination was with her. On the first one, Dipper Dan took the first lady's spot. He was the second one to perform, and he stayed on the diamond until the end. And I totally agreed with that, because there was just his performance. He worked the audience. He worked the stage, covered the stage well, and he was just so confident in his performance. And some of the others on the first episode weren't so much so. I also agreed with on the second one that Safara took the place of the Loverboy guy that performed first, because though he did perform Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi, which is one of my favorite songs, he didn't start out with that much confidence and conviction in the song, in my opinion. I was like, he could be doing this so much better at this point. But so I did feel like he deserved to be replaced, but then I kind of felt like they should have each replaced the other, but it is very entertaining. It's a very good show. Nicholas Shea is on there. Grimes is on there. Will I Am is on there, and Alanis Morissette is on there. So has a very good set of judges. And then, of course, I was like, but what happens if 2 and 2, like 2 say this person, 2 say that person, then what happens? But the audience breaks that. So that's how that's to work. So now I'm going to tell you who was revealed and who they were. So from episode 1 of season 6 of The Masked Singer, the characters that were revealed were Octopus, who they actually told who was on that episode, and Mother Nature, who they waited until episode 2 to show us who was. Octopus is the one that Ken Jeong got right, and so far he's the only one that has got a character right this season. And so I had guessed Moses Malone, who was number 8, because he said the number 8 was significant. It was very important. And he turned out to be Dwight Howard, who is 6'10". And I forget, I thought I had written down how tall Moses Malone is. I think he's about the same height, if I recall correctly. Dwight Howard is a Laker. He's an 8-time NBA champion. And I'm sure that the number 8 was also a shout out to Kobe. And of course, I made a note that Ken was right about who he was. I'm so proud of him and so happy for him. And then, of course, at the first of episode 2, they showed us who Mother Nature was. And she is one of the very big celebrities who was on here, not someone who regularly sings. As you recall, she said that she has no kids, which was the thing that kind of stumped me. And so I decided to go with Mary J. Blige, who, as far as I could find, has no children of her own. But there was the reference to Wayne Brady, which I still don't understand in connection to the person she turned out to be. But who she was Vivica A. Fox. That's right. The wonderful actress. She was in the Kill Bill movies alongside Uma Thurman. And she has just done so many things down through the years. And she did a pretty good job of singing, I thought, even though they made her mouth where it wouldn't move for whatever reason. But yeah, she is such a huge celebrity. I was so glad to see her on there. And the one that got revealed on episode 2, for those of you who may not have watched yet and might be wanting to know, was Pufferfish, which did surprise me, although you couldn't hear her real well, which when she was revealed, we found out why that is. The person who was under the mask of the Pufferfish was still wearing a face mask. She wore the face mask while she performed because she has lupus, so she's susceptible. She's considered high risk for the COVID-19 virus and, the Delta variant and different variants that are going around. So she was wearing a mask. So I didn't notice not being able to hear her that well on the first episode, though, so I don't know. But that was why you couldn't hear her real well on this episode. And she is one of the ones who is the other one who was a very, very big name and is actually a professional singer. So it was surprising to see her go home that early. And she was Toni Braxton. That's right. If you don't know who she is, Google her, listen to some of her music, watch some of her videos. She's awesome. I'm pretty sure most people do know who she is. I keep stepping on a ball and thinking I'm accidentally kicking one of my dogs. But for right now, that was all I wanted to talk about and all I wanted to say. I hope you all enjoy my videos. Subscribe, like my video. Feel free to comment. Let me know who you think these people are. Share on your social media. Try to encourage, as I said, other people to subscribe to me and watch my videos. And later today, I am going to make a Mystery Mondays video, which, as I said, I intend to talk about my thoughts on the Gabby Petito case. I have not checked the news this morning to see whether or not they have located her former fiance. I feel like we shouldn't be calling him her fiance anymore because it's pretty obvious that he killed her. But anyway, I'm going to get into all of that on my Mystery Mondays video that I'm going to do later because I did not get around to doing this over the weekend. But so I'm going to check on this sweetheart little baby back here in a second. Last couple of times I did this, he watched me record on my TV when laying on the bed, but one of the dogs is over there, and I'm like, no, I don't want something to go awry. I don't think it would, but you never can tell. Dogs can be unpredictable, so can babies. But anyway, he's supposed to eat here in a little bit, so I am going to go ahead and sign off, and everyone have a great, whatever time of night or day it is in your part of the world. Stay safe and stay positive. Peace out.